Over the years, we have experienced a bit of challenges in the way we use our resources that we collect from our users and the way we allocate resources. This, in real terms, termed as corruption. Corruption in the water sector, especially in the way we manage our systems, has affected our ability to sustain them. I want to start at the lowest level. The first level of challenge that we have met is we collect money for 1M from the communities, especially for boreholes and pumps, and this money is kept by the treasurers. But unfortunately, the treasurers have collecting water in the baskets. Baskets have holes. They put money in the same pocket with their money because they don't have banks. So at the end of the day, when we need the money, most times we don't find them. And this has led to degradation of the service because eventually the users refuse to pay money because when they need it, they can't get it. And this has affected a lot our ability to maintain and sustain our systems. And even though at the moment we are running at 85% 1M, we still have downtimes which are not acceptable because most times there have been interventions to make sure the systems are working. This is not sustainable. The second level of challenge that I could term as corruption is when we put sources in areas which already have sources. In our strategy, we always identify areas which don't have sources. But occasionally you find, because of influence peddling by some more strategic people in society, the least served are actually denied the service. For us, we term that as corruption. And we are trying to address this by ensuring that all our plans are displayed in the local centers, in the districts, and approved by the council. And the council represents the local people. In that case, we have exposed the sources, and people have come to demand. How do people demand? We hold barazas in every region regularly. These barazas are addressed by all sectors, water sector inclusive. And this gives the local people a voice to ask, especially when they're informed through the notices that my source which is allocated to me was not given to me. And slowly this has addressed. Secondly, as central government and as service providers, we also do what we call monitoring annually, where we visit every area that was planned, check whether the source was installed, take a photograph, and interview the local people. And that report gives us a means to go and talk to the local authorities who implement the sources, why they didn't go there in case they did. And over time, over the last 5 years, this has reduced. Now we are achieving 98% or so of what we planned for, which is excellent. Most times when we don't achieve, it's either because of technical reasons, we surveyed, there was no water, so we couldn't lose the money, we transferred to another area, or when we went there was a conflict of land, issues which are related to the community. And most times the community maybe give an alternative site and there's no time, so which are now understandable. So it's a feeling that the best way to address these corrupt tendencies is by engagement and involving the local people. They're the best fighters. No single entity, whether in central government, can do it, but the community themselves, once empowered, can fight for their own rights. And that's what we believe in the water sector in Uganda.
In terms of your barisas, are they attended by men and women? And are the women vocal in them?
Barazas are actually attended by all people, but still, given our society and the way we've been moving, I can say that men normally contribute more, but women are increasingly being empowered. And one of the requests we have is, because sometimes women are shy to raise their hands, but when asked to talk, they do so. And in other cases, we have also had meetings where we say, okay, now let's separate. Let's have the women only talk their issues. So in that time, the women are focused, and you'll be surprised. The issue is the language of communication, and normally the language of communication used is the local language. Where people are uncomfortable is when you go and speak your language that they don't understand, and they're not comfortable in speaking. But once you allow them to speak in their language, in any format, whether seated or standing, women can talk and tell you the issues. And especially on water, given that in our country it's women and children who are the biggest culprits in the absence of water. They're the ones who look for water, and they're the ones who collect water. They're the ones who spend long hours. They'll talk, and they talk loudly.
Excellent.